Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, I just watched the teaser trailer for The Conjuring Last Rites. This, I think, is the fourth film in the series. Um, I honestly forget because it's now a franchise, it's its own universe. It has the Nun films, the Annabelle films, and the Conjuring films, and I think it's the fourth one. Now, the trailer starts off with a little tour through the Warren's occult museum, which they're basically established in their house, in their residence. This is a real thing. These are real people. They did real investigations of paranormal cases and ghost hauntings and events like that. They investigated the Amityville house. They were there at the seance that was held at the house. They went there many times. If you watch the film My Amityville Horror, you'll see the child of the Lutzes who lived in the house going back to visit her, and seeing the house and the museum and everything. Now, in the film, we see the Warrens going about their regular business, just going through the cases, helping people out. But something's different. This is being touted as their last case, so it's like final last rites, like it's the final movie, kind of like Friday the 13th, part 4, the final chapter. I don't know why they would do that. Every time they try and end one of these horror franchises, they always end up just going back and making another film and having to explain why they called it last this or final that. And this film, for the most part, it is just a teaser trailer. You just get little shots of paranormal incidents. You see a doll standing up. You see some spirits, some ghosts in corners appearing in front of people. You see a couple of surreal little images. There's a nice shot of someone dropping a pendant with like photos on the inside, portraits of someone dropping it into a sink full of blood that overflows and fills the whole kitchen. And there are things like that. It looks just as beautifully shot as the other films, as well done as the other films. They're all high quality, well-made horror movies. I honestly haven't seen the third film. I bought it on Blu-ray. I just haven't had the time because I need to really sit down and watch it properly and like turn the lights off and focus on it and give it a whole night. And I kind of want to watch the first two films again and watch them in order and do a bit of a marathon. And I haven't been able to schedule that. So it's been sitting there literally for a couple of years. I've owned the Blu-ray. So hopefully I'll watch it before this film gets on DVD or Blu-ray. And I own all the Conjuring films and sequels and franchise films in Blu-ray and DVD because I love them. But I'm a little bit concerned about them labelling this as the final case, because I know that Ed died a few years before Lorraine. I don't know if she continued investigating after he passed because they worked as a team with their abilities, and I'm not sure she was able to actually continue on without him as she did. Now, I have the honour of her being on my Facebook for a while there, but I didn't exactly ask her any personal questions like that, so I don't know how things were after Ed passed, but she passed a few years ago. It was very sad because she was legendary. She was an icon. She was a very soothing mother figure to a lot of people going through trauma and paranormal experiences. I've had some paranormal experiences in my life. I know something is out there, which is why I don't mess with it, and why I find horror movies, particularly in films about ghosts, absolutely terrifying now. When I was younger, I didn't, because, it was scary stories. Now it's like, so I find The Conjuring particularly terrifying because they do take it seriously, they treat it with respect, and it's a high quality production. It's not camp or cheap, and maybe they want to end the series before it goes that way, but I'm not sure how I feel about them ending it. And also, I'm just not sure how that closely reflects their real story, because this is based. It says it's based on the true investigation files, and true stays on the screen just a little bit longer because they want to emphasize that basically these are real people and true stories to a degree, but they're not actually exactly this. They're the Hollywood version, they're the big cinema version. If you've seen the real Annabelle versus the actual, the toy in the movie, it's very different, but there really is an Annabelle. She exists. She's in the museum. So it's one of those interesting things that you get, and it was particularly controversial with the Amityville case, like where is the line between true and is it wrong to say a film is true, or based on true events, based on a true story, if you change so much of it that it's not recognizable, or can you do that and still have it be the story? So there's a lot of that. I don't know how far they've strayed from their actual case files and everything to create these films, because a couple of them seem to be sticking very much to what actually happened. Although if I remember correctly, the second one, they did create like a twist ending that wasn't the real. I have to go back and watch them again. But either way, it looked great, sounded great. It's opening September 5th. I won't be seeing it because I'm already dead. I'm in the afterlife. So, you know, I died a few years ago, so I can't go to the movies anymore. So I'll be waiting for it to come out on DVD or Blu-ray. I just hope I manage to watch the third film before this one comes out. Or maybe I'll use that as an excuse to finally do the marathon and watch them all. But I'd almost want to do it tonight, but I don't have the time, as usual. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Ed and Lorraine Warren and their investigations in the Conjuring films and the paranormal in general, anything. I'm curious what people think.